Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about emergency tax code. What did I say? Emergency tax code and what you need to do to avoid them. If you stay tuned to the end of this session, I'll be able to tell you some of the reasons why you might have emergency tax code, and once you have it, what you need to do to avoid them. What are emergency tax code? Emergency tax code are tax code that HMRC will use for you when they do not have the full details of your employment. Examples of this tax code could be M1, W1, X, or even NONCUM. What all this tax code means is that you will be taxed on a non-cumulative system. M1 is used for people that earn on a monthly basis. So what M1 means is that HMRC will assume that that's your first month of pay. If it's W1, it means you are paid on a weekly basis. So on a weekly basis, HMRC will assume that that's the first week of your pay. So X also something like that, non-cum. So, but what I'm saying in essence is that it is non-cumulative, that you are not able to utilize your tax-free allowance, which is 12,570, which is the annual tax-free allowance. So what you are able to use is maybe if you are being taxed on a monthly basis, so it will be 1/12, which is 1/12 of the usual tax-free allowance that you're supposed to get. So that is what HMRC will use for you. So let's talk about some of the reasons why you might have emergency tax code. Number one reason why you might have emergency tax code is that maybe when you leave one employment to another employment without a P45, you might have emergency tax code. So what this means is that HMRC will not have the details of your employment, the previous employment. They will assume that you are starting a new employment afresh. So if you don't have a P45, want to leave a job to another job, that can cause emergency tax code. Another reason why you might have emergency tax code is maybe when you are leaving self-employment to a paid employment. So what it means is that you are starting a new job afresh. So you don't have any prior employment details. So HMRC will now use emergency tax code for you. So you might need to inform HMRC of your new status of employment. Another reason why you might have emergency tax code is maybe when you're receiving some benefits from your employer, like BIKs, that is benefit in kind. Like maybe you're using company car, or maybe there's also company accommodation for you. So as a result of this, you might have emergency tax code, which could be something like K codes, other codes like that. So so you might have emergency tax code when you receive company benefit or even state pension. You might also have emergency tax code if your employer did not send your employment details to HMRC on time. So it happens sometimes when you share your P45 with a new employer, and they maybe at one point or the other something happened and they were not able to share the details with HMRC on time. As a result of this, HMRC will use emergency tax code for you. So let's talk about some of the ways for you to fix the emergency tax code, because if you don't fix it, you'll be paying too much to HMRC, maybe due to the fact that HMRC is not using your full tax-free allowance for you in completion of your tax, or maybe because you are being taxed temporarily, so you'll be paying more to HMRC. So you need to know some of the ways for you to fix it. The first way to fix emergency tax code is for you to speak with your previous employer and get your P45 and share with the new employer. It's very, very important that when you leave a job, you get your P45. But if you don't get it on time, you might be placed on an emergency tax code. So you need to speak with your previous employer and get it and send it to the new employer. As a result of this, that will be shared with HMRC and that will be used to allocate a tax code for you. Another approach for you to fix your emergency tax code issue is to complete what we call a starter checklist. So when you start a new job, your new employer will give you a form called starter checklist. It is expected that you complete your pay, your tax code, your period of employment, your number of jobs that you've done in the past, a lot of other information, like maybe your loan, maybe you have a loan that you're paying to the government or something like that. So that starter checklist will help your new employer to know which tax code to place you on, and also share these details with HMRC. So with this, you can fix your emergency tax code. So you need to complete that correctly and accurately. You might also need to update your HMRC details online. So if you go to HMRC website, you could update your details online by filling some forms online, or maybe completing your details online, or updating your details online. Also, you might also need to get HMRC app, because this will help you to to be able to navigate around your employment details. If you notice anything that is wrong, so you can equally call HMRC on the phone. So you need to do this. You can do this online. You can do it with mobile app. So, but you need to update your details so you can fix your emergency tax code with that approach. You might as well call HMRC or write HMRC officially if you cannot use the online service. So it's possible for you to call HMRC. So I'll be dropping the phone number for you to call HMRC if you are in the UK and also if you're outside the UK. I think the helpline is open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I'll drop the telephone contact you can use to call HMRC. So if you follow all this approach, you might be able to claim back your overpaid tax. Maybe that's when you're being placed on emergency tax code. You could do this if you are able to do it before maybe 5th of April of a year. You can get in-year claim back from HMRC. Or if you are unable to do it before April 5, HMRC usually send what we call P800. So with that P800, you'll be able to claim your allowance. So it will be sent to you between June and October of a year. So with that approach, you can claim back your overpaid tax from HMRC. So you need to call HMRC, update your details, follow those approaches. So if you do those things, you're able to claim back your overpaid tax from HMRC. So I also need to make you aware of some of the other tax code that you could see, like maybe you have a BR, which means that you have been placed on the basic rate, which is 20%. That what it means is that your employment is, there's no tax-free allowance for you. So what HMRC is doing is that they are placing your gross pay on 20%. So you need to be aware of this. The reason why people have this, maybe they have second job or something like that. Another tax code that you need to also be aware of is maybe you have K code, which means that you have the deductions that HMRC will take out from your tax-free allowance is even over the tax-free allowance. So it means that you will be paying more. You'll be adding that to your normal gross pay. So your taxable income will go up and your tax will also go up. So there's also something like DO or D1. There's also something like maybe OT, which means that you have exhausted your tax-free allowance. There could be something like NC. There's no tax at all. So all those things they are common that you need to be aware of, so that you'll be able to call HMRC and fix the issue on time. Thank you for staying tuned to the end of this video. I believe that I've been able to tell you some of these emergency tax code that you need to be aware of. And if this video is really meaningful to you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that I can have insight of this nature going forward. And also, in my next video, I'll be talking about how to claim your refund from HMRC and the number of time it will take you for you to claim this refund. So thank you so much.